engagement. So essentially, this is when we're in flow. We are engaged when we're in flow. Um, this is the when we're at our best, we're at one with what we're doing, we're loving it. You know those times when time just flies by. It might get dark outside when you're doing what you're doing, or you might just kind of get an alarm goes off and you kind of get a bit of a get startled because you've just been at one with what you're doing. You might get it in conversations as well. And then with those conversations, when you're really with someone, you find that you have access to your intuition because you're no longer your chatting mind isn't getting in the way. You have access to that deep intuition, and you find you might say things that are very insightful, and you might think, "Oh, where did that come from?" And like I mentioned, the reason it might get dark outside or you lose track of time is that you lose sense of self consciousness, and you lose this. Nothing else matters in that
Yeah.
moment. And it's a really nice space to be in. You're at your best when you're in that state. So what we want to do here is there's a nice sweet spot to be in flow. If it's a challenging um, thing that you need to do, you increase your capacity to meet that challenge. And if you find it's too easy, you increase the challenge. So you're not in that nice sweet spot. And a really great way to be engaged is to identify and use your strengths. We're far more competent, of course, when we're using our strengths, but we're more engaged, we're more energized, we're in flow, we're enjoying it more, we're more fulfilled, and science shows we're more successful as a result of using our strengths. We've spent so much time identifying and shoring up our weaknesses, and of course that's important too. But the real power is when we can identify and use our strengths more, and then help each other to shore up each other's what we might deem as weaknesses. And because another thing as well to be mindful of is that what we might deem as a weakness is often an overuse of a strength. So, for
Mm.
example, if you're creative, you mightn't enjoy the last elements of the project where we need to do the implementation. Or if you're empathetic, you might be overly, or it might seem overly sensitive. So it's a great insight to have, and it helps us to have a bit more understanding of other people when they have so-called weaknesses. We can see where their strengths might be, and for ourselves as well, to have that little bit more self-compassion, but also a deeper understanding of where their strengths might be, is to understand that generally our what we might deem as weaknesses are overuse of strengths.